Well, hello and welcome to another edition of Inside USF Basketball. I'm Pat Olson. In moments, we'll visit with USF head coach Rex Walters. We'll talk about the Dons' fine weekend as they swept Loyola Marymount and Pepperdine here on the home floor. Dons next hit the road. They'll play at UOP and at St. Mary's. We'll talk about the development of point guard Avery Holmes and the insertion of Cruz Pinkins into the starting lineup. All that next, right here. Rex, let's open up discussing the insertion of Cruz Pinkins in the starting lineup. Thought process there. Obviously, it's worked for you to a nice home court win.
It was about rebounding defense, more length on the floor, having energy off the bench with guys like Tim and Chris Adams, Matt Christensen, bringing us some stuff off the bench. And we also felt that just a longer team. We talk about our biggest guy is actually Mark at 6'9", playing the 3 spot, and we do think that's the natural position of Mark Tollefson. I thought he made a good adjustment in the last game. I thought his defense against Loyola Marymount was fantastic. So it was really just about what we thought was best for the team, and with length and rebounding, we could be a better squad moving forward.
You've alluded to this before. Your team is hard to guard. You have a lot of guys that can score. A really balanced team. Expand on that a bit.
We play a style, I'd like to think, that was, open man's the best player on the floor, so we got to work to continue to find that open man. And, we want guys to be aggressive and take open shots. And I think with this group, and even coming off the bench now with Tim and Chris, you have scorers coming off the bench, so it makes us difficult to guard. It's just getting our guys to buy into that, and they've done a good job of it so far.
You mentioned Avery Holmes, your point guard. He really seems to have come into his own into the Portland game a couple of weeks back. He really seems to be a calming influence late in games, and you can kind of see that coming, along with him. Talk about his growth at point guard.
Well, he's getting more comfortable. He's just getting more comfortable when out there. He's getting more of the reps and practice. I think the guys understand now that he is our point guard. We were up in the air for a while, and for a while we were kind of wrestling with who should be the point guard between Matt Glover and Avery, and we finally came to the conclusion that Avery was the guy that was going to be point, and Jumbo would be the backup. And he's just, he can obviously really shoot the basketball. He does have a much better understanding of the offense now and getting guys involved. He really wants and works to get guys involved, and even if it's maybe not the straight assist, it's the hockey assist. And so he's done a really good job for us. Hopefully continue to get better and do more, because we think he's capable of more.
With Tim Dirksen now coming off the bench, he's kind of that energy guy. How important is it to have a guy in that 6th, 7th man role that is an energy guy that can come in and the other guys can feed off his energy?
People get so caught up into starters and this, that, and the other. I mean, Tim Dirksen can start for us. Chris Adams could definitely start for us. There are games that Matt Christensen can start for us. Gavin Hoffman, when situations present themselves, Gavin's probably one of our best field guys on the floor, but there's no question Tim does bring it great energy. I thought in the end of the first half against Pepperdine, when we were really struggling to score the basketball, makes 2 big plays, gets us 2 breakout layups, and kind of gets the ball rolling for us so that when we go into the second half, we have some momentum. He's still a sophomore, so some nights maybe the ball doesn't go in, some nights the ball does go in, but you know what you're going to get, and that's a great feeling for a coach to know that you have someone like that on your team.
You've made some great halftime adjustments. Game at Portland, you guys came out and jumped him to start the second half. Here at home of the weekend against Pepperdine, you come out and really got the waves early in the second half. You did something I've never seen. I've been around this game for 23 years. At halftime, instead of doing the layup drill, your guys did a little impromptu practice session. What brought that about?
I just wanted to work on our motion. I think our motion offense should be our best offense. All the opportunities we have to score with screening actions, all the different type of screening action that we do, and we didn't practice it enough, especially coming off of a game against Loyola Marymount. You have very limited time to, you want to have fresh legs, but at the same time you want to run your stuff. So I figured it was the best way to keep our guys moving and doing the things that we wanted to do, as opposed to how many 2-line layups do you get in a game. You just don't get that many layups, especially in conference when, everything kind of gets locked down. So I've never been afraid to take a chance and try something different. So who knows?
Dissect the league to this point. We're through 2 weekends. There's a lot of even teams in my mind. The bottom of the league may be a lot better than it was a year ago. And there's been some, I guess, surprises so far, but it seems like a lot of teams are capable of beating anybody in this league right now.
This league is just really, really good. It's I was talking to somebody the other day. You take one of the top programs from Mountain West Conference, you put it in our league. And you take one of the top programs in the Big West, you put it into our league. San Diego's much improved. I know that they've gotten off to a rough start. They're much improved. Got great bigs. Santa Clara, I think Kerry does a great job. I guess you're not supposed to compliment your competitors, but he does an unbelievable job with guard recruitment. I mean, the kid that got in Brown Ridge and what he's done with Rockamore and the little fella, they're tough. I mean, every team in our league, Portland got off to a rough start, but look at what they did in the non-conference and how efficient they were. St. Mary's obviously really good. It's just every night's going to be a battle and a war if both teams really bring it. You know what I mean? It's just going to be a knockdown, drag-out war every single time. I'm the most uncomfortable 3-1 coach in America right now when it comes to our conference. I just know going up to Pacific and then having to play St. Mary's, I mean, we've got a lot of work ahead of us, and we've got a long ways to go to be the team that we want to be. And this league, it will humble you real quick if you don't bring your A game.
Coach, you made a comment about your team I saw on one of the newspapers that you guys really haven't, put that full game together, first half, second half. How good do you think this team can become? Because you're off to that nice 3-1 start, even though you're nervous about the 3-1 start.
Not nervous. I guess I misquoted myself. Is that possible? I am concerned. We need to stay focused, and we put together a great first half against Loyola Marymount. We put together a great second half against Pepperdine. We need to have that consistent start and finish to a game, and we haven't done that yet. We've not put together a full game. Now, I'm not going to sit here and say I know what it takes to get there, but we have a lot of work to do, and that's why we watch the tape that we watch. We're trying to figure out ways to get better.
Give us the scouting report on the Tigers. You mentioned they came over from the Big West Conference. That's always been a good team, and it's been a team you're somewhat familiar with because you've played them the last few years.
Yeah, I mean, Pacific's a good program. I mean, they've been doing it for such a long time, and, Ron's taken over. He's been there, so, he took over, but they're just trying to, if at all possible, build on what they've been doing in the past. Really good guard play, very skilled post players. They can step out and shoot the three. They run their offense. I mean, in terms of efficiency, in terms of running your offense, they're about as efficient as you get. They have counters for everything that you try to take away. They have a counter for. So it's just going to be a tough environment. Traveling up to Stockton, playing up there. They're just really good. Stephen Holt's kind of taken over the reins from Matthew Dellavedova. They got good shooting. Brad Waldo's taken his game to another level in terms of toughness and physicality. And they're very similar. They're running the same stuff. You're going to have to face ball screen action. You're going to have to face some type of screening action to a ball screen with great shooting and a great rim runner in Brad Waldo and a great post player. And, the kid from De La Salle has really taken his game to another level as well. So, it's another tough one.
Final comment from you, Coach. Your team has become a pretty darn good road team in the last year and a half or so. What is it about the nucleus of this group that's had them play well away from home?
I think they enjoy getting away, and it's just us. It's basically a travel party of about 25. You're included in that, and being in the hotel, getting to spend time with each other, knowing that it's us kind of against the world. I think they kind of like that feeling. So we need that to continue. We go up to Stockton. We haven't had success up there. We need to figure out a way to play the way we're capable, and hopefully after that game we get to go to Moraga and really, in both games make a statement that this thing is for real. We have a chance to be really good. We're going to take advantage of the opportunity by doing what we do, and like I said, for us it's on the defensive end. We've got to get better in those areas of, number one, protecting the paint, number two, closing out the shooters and making them bounce it, and then number three, boxing out and rebound like our life depends on it. We do that, we're hard to guard. We're gonna for the most part, we're gonna get shots. We're gonna get good shots, and our guys are committed to that, and that gives us a chance to be successful.
Coach, appreciate the time. Have a great weekend.
Thank you.